Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Darkthorn the Oracle. I'm here for another twin flame reading. What this is exactly going to be about, I'm not sure. I just felt called to do it right now, so I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to use my Egyptian tarot deck to start with. This deck. So I'm going to shuffle it up a little bit and then see what comes out. So see what's going on here. So the moon, the lovers, judgment, and judgment. The bottom of the deck energy for this is the world. I'll take that out. I'll put it up here with these. So, the moon. In traditional tarot, the moon is about things being a bit hazy, being a bit unclear. Here, in this deck, the moon is really about disappointment. This is about a false sense of security, okay? This is about, even though, you know, you have that false sense of security, it's not a form of protection, okay? This is a sign that your visions need to be clear. You need to pay attention to your visions. Traps are being laid. This is a card of about insecure relationships that need to come to light and be dissipated. This is about paying attention to dreams that you're having right now, because important downloads and messages are being offered to you through your dreams. Also, we have the lovers. Now, the lovers is a very positive card, but the lovers in this deck is really about a test, okay? This is the struggle between your passions and your consciousness versus indecision. This is about someone not wanting to make the wrong choice. If you see in the middle, we have 3 people in the lovers card instead of the 2. In this deck, this is deciding between 2 people. I'll say this is the masculine in the middle of the 2 women, and there's 2 feminine energies. Your masculine and the masculine. He's trying to figure out between which feminine, okay? Which feminine is his divine feminine? He's trying to figure that out right now. One is adorned by the crescent moon. One is adorned by the scarab. He can't see that. He's just trying to make a decision. He's making a decision based on his own eyes instead of by his dreams and his visions. Then this is followed by the judgment card. This is about truths being revealed. In this deck, it's about renewal, okay? It's a moment where everything pretty much changes. And it's a moment where things that were important seem non-important suddenly. Things that the divine masculine used to care about and hold so much weight and value in his life, he doesn't anymore. He realizes those are falsehoods. He's examining his own conscience right now. This is a very crucial and pivotal moment for him. This is more so about arrival. arriving at the truth. If you see here, the Egyptian deity is holding the scroll. That scroll is about the scroll of truth, okay? This is understanding the consequences of the actions that the divine masculine has to take on now. This is a change in priorities. This is basically him finding the way, the truth, and the light. Followed by the world. Now, the world in the traditional tarot is a very, very positive card. It's about getting everything that you want, reaping all of which you've sown, really getting rewards back from what you've put in. And in this deck, it's just that. It's rewards. This is about things coming together. This is about secrets being revealed. Remember, just like with that Judgment card, it's about that scroll of truth. All the secrets that were shrouded in this relationship are now becoming clear, okay? This is about cups being filled. All those empty cups, those cups the divine masculine was searching for, those cups are now becoming filled. Old wounds are now being healed right now. And it's moving him towards a moment of success, moving him towards perfection and ecstasy, okay? Moving him towards self-sufficiency and a feeling of wholeness and completion, which is really what this world card is trying to embody. With that, coming full circle, okay? Realizing the finer things in life, realizing worth, realizing value, realizing that you can have the things in life you want to have. And right under that, at the bottom, was the Death card. Now, the Death card in traditional tarot speaks of ego deaths. Okay, things coming to the surface to be realized, painful realizations, basically unexpected events that occur that make things really uncomfortable. This is pretty true in this deck as well. This is about transformation, okay? This is destruction so that rebirth can happen, okay? Rebirth in all forms, okay? This is where basically time has no essence. This is where there's surprises. This is where there's beginnings to an end and, ends to beginnings. There's new beginnings, there's rebirth, there's freedom. There's this balance that happened if you can see the scales up there. This death, this ego death, this is more so a death of circumstances. This is an ending to an old cycle so that a way can be made for a new cycle to emerge. This is the new beginning. This is saying that the divine masculine is no longer going to make the same old choices. Divine masculine is no longer going to pick what seems safe and convenient. The divine masculine is going to learn the error of his ways and choose according to divine intervention and divine guidance, with so many deities being present to guide him and steer him in the right direction. So let's see what's going on in the shadow realm for the divine masculine. What is this thing that is dying? We're going to use the Dark Mirror Tarot cards for this. To see exactly what it is that's dying here. What is dying here? Addictions. Addictions to old cycles and old comforts are dying here. Queen of the World. This is the end to his illusions. an end to his lack of self-care and self-love. That's coming to an end as he's realizing himself and naked before the stars. This is the divine masculine basically bearing his soul at this point. He's no longer hiding himself and shrouding himself in secrecy. He's bearing truth and bearing witness to the truth of exactly who he is. He's coming into an understanding of who he is, and in turn, in coming into an understanding of who he is, he can come into an understanding of who the divine feminine truly is to him. So what is being used to show him and aid him in this death and movement towards the world? We're going to use the wisdom of the House of Night, the Nyx cards for this. 1111. Sorry, y'all. I saw 111 and then 1111 during this reading, so that might resonate for some of you. What is aiding him in these motivations and experiences here? One more shuffle. Okay. Listening. He's listening to himself, listening to divine this time, listening to spirit and his ancestors this time, instead of worldly people with worldly minds. Deceit. Deceit is being uncovered. This betrayal that he had with the karmic, that's the deceit that's being referred to. The deceit with the mother energy that we've been looking at, that's the deceit that this is referring to. That deceit is actually what has caused this eye opener. Love. See that? Love. Love has opened his eyes. The realization that love is really what he wants and needs, and love is really the pursuit of happiness for him, is what has largely swayed the divine masculine and summon. He's been manifesting the truth. Not only that, divine feminines, you've been doing a lot of work manifesting the truth into the life of your divine masculine. Okay, that's done a lot of the work here, because the divine feminine has been focused on loyalty, been using that fire energy to get things started, get things popping, and work towards her mission. Been going out into the world in confidence and in her own truth, standing on her own 2 feet, and has held on to this sense of hope that the divine masculine will get it together and understand that she's not here to take over or to run him, but here to try and give him unconditional love in the most genuine of ways. So right now, it is that conglomerate of things has created this forward movement. Ushered in by spirit to bring a conclusion to that karmic cycle. So now let's see what the path is. Back to the divine feminine. What is the path? What's gonna have to happen here? For this, we're gonna use the Enchanted Map cards. With the compasses. So let's see what's going on here. Y'all are acting right today. One more. And then we'll pull the top 3 cards here. All right, so this is Bone Collector, Rescue, and Solitude. So here, the divine masculine has come into this understanding that everything that he was searching for in the relationship with the karmic, he already had. He already had all of that in himself. He realized he really didn't need the karmic. Once he understood that he didn't need the karmic, that spoke a lot. And then when it came to coming back to the divine feminine, the divine masculine was stalled out, trying to figure out how to get back. What was the problem? How he was going to do this? What could he go and find and get a hold to that would help him? He realized he had all of that inside of him. He knew exactly what it is to say. He knew exactly what it is to do. He was just holding back. He understood that he needed to feel safe and secure and free to be himself with this rescue. He had to rescue himself instead of looking for other people to rescue him. He had to understand that he's supposed to be embodying the emperor instead of embodying a damsel in distress. And now he has become comfortable in his own skin, so he can detach from all those things that weren't serving him anymore and replenish his soul in this moment. So during this time, while he was doing all of this detachment, the divine feminine was trying to call him out of being stuck in the mud, stuck in this rut that he was in. She was spiritually offering encouragement to help him along the way in his journey. And she was creating that spark and that fire in him that he needed to make this forward movement. Now, divine feminines that have not done so already, you have to manifest a spark in your divine masculine. This doesn't mean reach out and be worrisome. It means that you have to embody and manifest this energy that will let him know. See, right now, I have a white candle burning over a letter that I wrote to my divine masculine, sending him love and light and encouragement, basically praying for him to find his way, and not to me, but just joy and happiness and wholeness, that his path be unblocked, that his mission be realized, that his purpose begin to be completed, that he come into new clarity and understanding, and that those that aren't meant for him and are blocking him be removed from his path through divine intervention, and he be protected through divine protection. what you're doing when you do things like that is you're manifesting and you're sending sparks. You're spinning sparks of light, sparks of encouragement, sparks of love, that really just create a genuine sense of unconditional love. 444. One 11 11 11 444. Gotta remember that. So when all of this is happening, no matter how uncomfortable it may seem, no matter how upsetting it is to still have feelings for your divine masculine, no matter how upsetting it is to be encouraging, even though you don't necessarily feel you should be encouraging, or feel in your heart a whole sense of encouragement because of your feelings about the situation, that's what you have to do. When you do that, you actually embody self-love, because you're choosing to be better in spite of the way that you were treated. And that is the most loving that you can be. It is truly unconditional love as well. Unconditional love is just that. It is love without conditions. So you don't have to treat me a certain way for me to love you. Not to say that you should just accept any and everything from everyone. It's simply saying love has no bounds. Love has no limits, to the point where I can offer love to you in a way that does not hurt me. I can love you and still love me at the same time. I can love you and not put stipulations and requirements that society has placed into action upon you, nor do I have to be subject to the things that I was taught growing up and place them upon you. I can simply love you as you are and wherever you are, even if I'm not talking to you or involved with you. This is truly the embodiment of love thy neighbor. Love someone in spite of. That doesn't mean you have to like them. It doesn't mean you have to reunite with them. Doesn't mean you have to message them. It doesn't mean you have to talk to them. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means to hold a place in your heart where you bear no ill will towards that person, and you pray for their uprising and their come up in spite of traits, characteristics, or behavior, 717, that they may have had or embodied. So let's do this first. I have some celestial dice that I wanted to use. To understand, I'm not going to use this one yet. I'm going to use this one. Basically understand who some of your people are. So I'm going to pick 3 numbers based on the numbered dice. Six. It will come into focus. 6. 8. 6 again. So for some of you, 6s really resonate. 5. So for some of you, that 6 can be 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. The 6th day of next month, 6th month of next year. But 6 is resonating here. For the 5, again, same thing. Could be the 5th day of next month. It could be 5 days from now, 5 months, 5 weeks. 8, same thing. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, 8th day of next month, that your person could be reaching out for you. And then I also have this zodiac signs die. And let's see what's going on with that. So we got Cancer energy. Let's see. Sagittarius. Pisces. If it would focus. Yes, focus on the dice, not focus. There you go. And one more. Okay, so Pisces and Sagittarius came up again when I did the rolls. So clearly a lot of you have Pisces and Sagittarius twin flames, or you're a Pisces or Sagittarius yourself, but more than likely your twin flame is a Pisces or a Sagittarius. Let's see what else comes up. What's this, Libra? All right. So now we're going to focus on what the divine timing is right now between divine masculines and divine feminines. I know this has been heavily divine masculine focus, but it's just that the divine masculine is apparently the focal point right now in divine's work. Divine feminines, I think because you already know what to do, you already know what you're looking at, divine has now shifted over to let me work on these divine masculines and get them together. So we're going to use the Moonology cards to look at the divine timing. And the good thing about a letter and a candle for your divine masculine is that you can say everything that you've been wanting to say, how you feel that you haven't been able to actually say to your divine masculine. A lot of you, your throat chakra right now is just imbalanced. It's blocked because you've held all of that in. You haven't been able to say what you wanted to say. You haven't been able to tell your divine masculine exactly how you feel about them and what they've done and how it made you feel. Put all that in your letter. But also don't forget to add in the unconditionality of your love. Because love with conditions is not true love. Love with conditions is really manipulation. Now that isn't to say to let somebody walk over you. It's just to say that your love should not have conditions. Divine masculine, you're good enough. Open your heart chakra. You're good enough to talk to your divine feminine, okay? Divine feminines, you're also good enough. You're good enough to be valued. You're good enough to be loved. You're good enough to be returned to. A time for healing. For both divine masculine and divine feminine, this is a time for healing. This is a time to go back in those old wounds and clear them up and heal them up. It's a time to release negativity. Again, divine feminines, this is a time for you to show some unconditional love to your divine masculine. Write the letter. Let go of everything you've been holding in your heart, because trust me, you've been holding it there. I can feel it. So let go of everything you've been holding it there. Write it down and release it. And say that you release it. Divine masculines, it's time to take action. Okay, you want your divine feminine back? Go get her. Okay? Because prosperity lies ahead for the two of you. This is not the time to be messing around. Look at the bigger picture. See that, Sagittarius? Again, y'all Sag having people, okay? And expect powerful change. Because that personal issue, that karmic cycle has reached a resolution. And it is now time for that new romantic cycle to begin. All right, I'm done. That's been your reading for the week on your connection. I'm going to do a pick a card reading later in the week. I truly hope that y'all have enjoyed this reading. If you would like a personal reading to go deeper into this connection, it's not everybody has the same thing exactly going on. I'm offering $10 same day readings right now. That information is in the description box below. I also offer full-on readings. Those are in the description box below. I do accept gifts via my Amazon wish list for those that like to send gifts. I also take donations on Cashapp and PayPal. All of that is in the description box below. If you need something to get you through this moment and help you heal that inner child wounding, this wounding from your divine counterpart, to provide some protection in your life and your divine counterpart's life, I do sell candles and cleansing kits. That's also in the description box below. And I do hope to see you in a future reading. Thank you.